In this Writer's Toolbox video, we'll look at analysis for your non-literary essay on history. So again, as I've said many times before, you're asked by your teacher to analyse, but you don't know what that means. Let's remind ourselves what it means to analyse. Essentially, it means to identify parts and relationships, explain cause and effect relationships, and make comparisons or draw connections. That is what it means to analyse. So when we look at literature, our level 1 analysis, we're looking at the smallest parts, the language, the word choice, the literary devices, and specifically their purpose and effect on the reader. At level 2, we look at the whole and the effects of level 1 on the whole character, setting, tone, plot, or theme. But we are looking at a whole thing here. And then level 3, we move out and we make broader connections to the world around us. But what about when we're not analysing a story or a poem or a text? What happens when we're analysing non-fiction, non-literary or history, for instance? Well, level 1, we still look as deep as we can and we focus on the effects on the smallest parts, kind of like what we do in literature. It's the same thing, the effects of the smallest parts. So I want you to consider the smallest part in the system and the effect that whatever you're analysing has on that. So this might be a person or a group of people, individuals in a group. And what is the immediate effects on them? Be specific. This is really important. You have to be specific. Level 2 then is the effects on the whole. Again, just like with literature, the effects on the whole system. So what is the whole? Maybe it's society, a country, a whole group of people, a school, or a time in history. What were the larger ramifications? So the smaller immediate effects on the individual, that's level 1. But the larger ramifications on the society, that would be level 2. Level 3 then is going to be making connections to similar events across history or across the globe, or about a longer time period and what further cause effect relationships there are. However, for your essay in English, we are not going to be doing a level 3 for history, so don't worry too much. Now, I do want to show you a quick example of what this might look like. Again, don't worry about level 3. So here is a claim and some evidence that I have. The Roaring Twenties made American life more convenient and exciting due to new industrial breakthroughs and mass production. For instance, according to Khan Academy, Henry Ford's Model T Ford, the first car to be mass-produced, inspired a revolution, which led to 23 million cars being owned by Americans by 1929. Moreover, because of this, the average price of a car dropped from $940 in 20 to $290 in 29. I got my evidence. I have to think of the immediate effects on the smallest part of a system. The smallest part of a system in this case will be the consumers, the people, those who buy the cars, the smallest part of the system. So what is the immediate effect this had on there? Well, obviously, they were able to travel more. They had cars which made them able to travel more. This might have meant that travel became more convenient and exciting as they got to have new experienced holidays. Moreover, they could have travelled to different parts of the country for work, which would have improved the economy. That's exactly what I've written here. As the price of the cars became cheaper, more families could afford to own a car, meaning more movement across the US. Families were now able to travel, have fun, and spend time together, making the Roaring Twenties more exciting. Do you see how I've linked my analysis to my claim? Everything needs to be connected. I cannot stress that enough. Cars also meant that families living in the suburbs could take jobs in the cities as travel became more convenient. Again, linking it to my claim. Now, level 1, I'm focusing on people, the immediate smallest parts, the people. Level 2, then the country. What does what I've said in level 1 mean for the whole country? Well, think about the economy. Everyone's buying cars and traveling more and working in the cities. What does that mean for the economy? It helped improve the economy, as businesses in the cities could now employ larger workforces from the suburbs. Moreover, the families bought the more families bought, the more factories produce, and the more money circulated in the economy for the country to benefit from. That's looking at the whole country, the whole system, the whole economy. Level 2. Level 3, on the other hand, I could make connections. Now, we're not going to do it for our essay, but because it's not a history class, but I could say connect it to the Industrial Revolution, or I could connect this to World War II, or I could connect this to the Great Depression, or I could connect it to other countries, or I could connect it to the 2008 crash. All you need to know is you could make connections, right? Remember, level 1, smallest parts, the effect on the immediate smallest parts, usually the people. Level 2, the effects on the whole system, country for instance. And level 3, make those connections.